Hey guys, Chris here. So right behind me we have the 2019 BMW X3 xDrive 30i M aerodynamic. Yes, a mouthful. And in this video, I'm going to show you and tell you guys 17 things and stuff I love about this car. This steering wheel is so awesome, so beautiful, and so brilliantly made. Beautiful leather materials, really high quality trim here. I don't think it's plastic, I actually think it's real metal. But the best thing is the beautiful, softly covered and stitched leather steering wheel cover, but also leather on top of here and leather on the spokes. Also these beautiful shift paddles, which are large and really easy to operate. This is one of the best steering wheels I've ever seen in any car. The switchgear in this car is so beautifully made and just so clicky and so nice, of really high quality. I just love the switchgear. I love the way it looks. I love the way how, the symbols here are embossed into the switches here, and just the way they feel and look are just beautiful. Also, the switches here on the center console are just so beautifully made. One of the nicest switchgears I've ever seen in any cars of recent date. The 360 camera here in the BMW X3 is one of the best in the business, and the reason why this is on this list. So on the left side you have the normal 360 view. You also have the doors there to show you how much the doors open while parking, which is super practical. And on the right side you have auto here turned on, so when you back up you have a backup camera. When you go forwards you have the front facing camera, and this also has something that no other car has, and that is the augmented reality, giving you a 3D model of the car there. Is it useful? Probably not, but it looks totally awesome. This is so cool, and one of the best cameras, 360 cameras, backup cameras. And the only, cars, BMW are the only cars with the augmented reality. So this is so damn brilliant. I just love the digital gauge cluster here on the BMW X3. No, it doesn't have map use. No, it's not very customizable. You have different color schemes when you go into different modes. So go into Sport, it changes red. Go into Comfort, it's like that. And then Eco Pro is like that. So not very customizable, but it's super crisp and of super high quality. And you also have physical bezels here around, the tach speedometer and the fuel gauge down there to the left, and also the water temperature gauge there. It's just super simple, and I just love that they went digital and have very few animations here, but it still looks very modern and very cool. The iDrive infotainment system is one of the best infotainment systems on the market today. It's so easy to use with the iDrive scroll wheel, control wheel down here, shortcut buttons, but in this iteration is also a touchscreen, so you just zoom out like that. It's so simple to use, and just move around the map like that. It's super easy and intuitive, and this screen is just a really high resolution. I have a whole separate video about this and also the digital gauge cluster in my next point, the head-up display up there in the right corner. Click the link there to see a full tour of the infotainment system on this car. So not very easy to see what all the rave is about here on this picture, so I'm going to overlay it with some other footage. This is one of the best, or this is the best head-up display in the business today. I haven't seen anything even close to this. The animations and how large it is and how clear it is, and the graphics are, well, it's just awe-inspiring. It's so awesome, and I hope other manufacturers follow soon. The fact that this car has a wireless charging pad is just a plus, and one of the things I love about this car, it's right here, very nicely placed here in the center console. You can actually close up this console here if you don't want to see your phone. It's placed nicely here next to the cup holders, and not like in the center console or in the center armrest like other cars do. This just has a normal center armrest. So the placement of this is just brilliant. Somewhat of a dying species now in 2018 is the physical climate control buttons and switches, and everything is going over to touchscreen. Yes, my XC90 has touchscreen. Yes, it works. It's not very hard to use, but I always prefer physical buttons because these just work all the time and it's so easy to operate. Just turn this knob here to adjust the temperature, and yeah, just physical buttons is a thing I really do miss, and is somewhat of a dying species. I hope it's just a fad. I hope it's just, you know, a fashion thing that in 5 years we'll get these physical climate control buttons back, but for now this is a huge plus for this car. So BMW used to have these stupid blinker stalks which were like digital, like a switch almost. So you pressed once for you know 3 blinks, and then you went 2 steps, and then it went back to the center for turning it on. So it was always hard to cancel, and just, you know, you had to think more when using them, and they were just different than every other manufacturer out there on the market. So every time I got into a BMW, it was just annoying. But they have moved away from that because this has a normal blinker stalk. Look at that, guys. So there is hope. There is hope for mankind. There is hope for car manufacturers that when they find or invent stupid things, they can always go back to the traditional way and the best way of doing it. The pedal box and the pedals here are super awesome. So this has the M aerodynamic package, interior and exterior, giving you these brilliant pedals, beautiful brushed aluminum with, you know, rubber finishing on top of there, making them very grippy, and they just look very beautiful. So this is actually super cool. So this car has the optional sports seat, which are, you know, they're brilliant, comfortable, beautiful leather. I love this color. But what this has, and what BMW also were one of the first manufacturers to pioneer back in the mid 2000s, is the adjustable side bolster. You know, a very small thing, but it just makes the seat more comfortable to your particular body size. So if you want, you know, roomy side bolsters, you can have that. Or if you want the side bolsters hugging you like there's no tomorrow, you can also have that option. Sat in the back seat, just want to show you guys this beautiful panel roof that just extends, just goes on forever. It's maybe the largest, you know, panel roof, you know, where you can actually move the front portion I've seen in a car in this class, and it's just brilliant and just, you know, lights up the interior and is so beautiful. I really do love this panel roof. So having a rear seat back that you can actually adjust, you know, the position of is nothing new in this class. But what is really welcome is the actual way you do it. So there's a switch down here. So when you sit down, it's very easy to operate. Like that, recline and move the seat up. So that's a very nice way of doing it, instead of having, you know, stuff down here, or, you know, some switches on the side here which are not very explanatory. This is a very clearly labeled switch and is very easy to use. In a day and age of fake exhaust tips, this car has something that is very rare, and that is proper real physical exhaust tips that are actually connected to, well, the back box to the exhaust. These are proper exhaust. You can see them even vibrating there, connected to the back box there. And they're just beautifully chrome and round, traditional, you know, exhaust tips that just look very beautiful. So I actually like the way this car looks. A lot of people don't like the way it looks, but actually do like the way it looks. I think it's very elegant, very classy. I think it will age very well, though being maybe a bit too traditional BMW. I don't love it, and that's why the styling of this car isn't on this list. But what is on this list are these hood creases. These hood lines look very muscular and very cool from the exterior, but when sitting in the driver's seat though, they just look so cool and so brilliant. I don't know what it is, but I feel very special driving this car because of those hood lines. It just makes it feel and look so much more muscular from behind the wheel. This car has an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, often regarded as the best automatic transmission in the world, especially when it's programmed by BMW. And you know, that's just the case. That is the case. This is the best transmission I've ever driven in any car. It's just so responsive. So pulling up to a stop here, it just responds right away. You have some initial, you know, smoothness since it's an auto, just for comfort's sake, and it just gears down when you want it to gear down. It's just so responsive, you know, just wanting a bit more throttle there, and it just shifts super quickly. The transmission response, the transmission smoothness is one of the single best things about this car. This has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with 250 horsepower, and it's powerful, it's torquey, but the best thing about this, and the last best thing about this car, and you know, one of the things I just absolutely love, is the smoothness and the quietness of this engine. It's just so smooth and so quiet, and it actually sounds very nice. It's just it's just very impressive that this is a 4-cylinder, guys. You know, I didn't think that in 2018, if you asked me 10-15 years ago, that 2-liter 4-cylinders would feel, sound, and just you know, pull like a 6-cylinder engine. I'm just amazed by that. So there you go, guys. Those were 17 stuff and things I love about the BMW X3. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always, guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.